Hey everybody, Christian from Treasure Town, and I paid $623 for a bunch of different grab bags, all from the same new seller, so I'm going to open them up. I feel like at a first glance I'm like, ooh, I don't know how well I did here, but really time will tell. We'll see how it looks when I get into the coins, and you'll have to tell me if you think I did well, badly, somewhere in the middle. That's been a lot of experimenting, and I keep buying from the places that I like, and then I might not make more purchases from the ones that aren't so good, so it's a good test. Help me take a look and unbox these coins. And it is time, so I think well, actually, I started looking at this. This was like a box. I forget how much it cost. And I started looking at a few coins because they were described as like coins with a fair amount of numismatic sort of interest and potential premium. And I didn't think that they were actually all that wild, but I got a lot of them for somewhat cheap, so kind of two ways of looking at it from my view. Here's a 5 liro 1964. No, it's not. It's actually a 1921 pence. So this stuff is, I looked through a little bit. I haven't looked so much at the other coins, but it looked like there was some interesting, that's the Indian princely states of Gwalior. Here's a Bahawalpur Paisa. And okay, that one looks pretty solid. I don't want to take up too much time of this video just going through these items. That one's a quarter Anna. I've seen that one before. So anyways, there's kind of a wide range of items. I think a lot of them are relatively low premium ones, and I may just sell it kind of as is and try to recoup what I'd put into it. But I started to look through, I was thinking there would be some, versus the other stuff, like I know I bought, a bunch of silver or something like that. So just not that I forgot to include it, but that was that first little batch. This is all from the same seller here, and again, trying to climb for that, call it $623 range, and some silver here. Let's take a look. We'll start with this crown size Egyptian coin. It looks like over here it says it's a pound from Egypt, 1980. I would have thought that was like 1970 maybe, but I think that's 72% silver, and back that also looks like Egyptian. Right here is a pretty solid 1934 sol from Peru with pretty good, pretty nice shine to it. Certainly good luster on this coin. 72% silver is going to be a 1968 Egyptian pound, so very, very nice start from my view. Here's a Ferris Stamp and Coin Co., the Library of Alexandria. Also going to be a 50 Kirsch or something from that area. And then here is like a 1780 Restrike Thaler from Austria. One of the most restruck and sort of are used around the world items that exists. We've also got this cool coin. It looks like a Uruguayan pesos coin, 1969, FAO. So probably not struck in Uruguay, but an FAO 1,000 pesos. I've never seen that design before. I wonder if it has, if it's better. Oops, proof coin. Shouldn't have, hopefully didn't put a fingerprint on there. 1968 S, Ellis Island. I may actually have, but proof silver dollar. This was one of the first proof silver dollars. Not the first, but one of on the earlier side in America. So 90% silver, not bad at all. South Africa, maybe I was going to say 50 cents, but a 1 rand coin with the stag. 80% silver. Very nice. This one I'm seeing on the outside, it looks like it's a proof, so but this one looks not as nice actually. 1988 S silver proof commemorative dollar. We're going to round things out. Here is a 1992 $1, probably 50% silver. Yep, 50% silver. It looks like kind of a low mintage, under 200,000. Here we've got looks like some milk spots, but a nice $5. Is that a silver maple leaf? It is 1999, 1 ounce. Has a bit of discoloration and stuff on it, but not bad at all. So milk spots are not gonna get me too worried. And a 1972 S, 40% silver, blue pack Ike. Let's get the next batch of stuff. Here's a bunch of silver that's pretty jammed together, so always good to get the silver stuff. We're going to be hunting for the higher premium material, and we'll see if there's any of that in here. We've got some U.S. silver, 90%, 1964. We've got a 1916 1 franc, 1942 quarter, and a 68 50% silver Canadian quarter, 1928 sterling silver 2 shillings, and a herdsman 1969 83.5% quarter is pretty, 5 franc is pretty good. We've got a Canadian 1945 50-cent coin. We've got a few of these interesting Iranian 1 rial. I think they're like 60% silver, and you can see the outline of it's like a pretty strong die clash, I believe. On the other side, 1931 right here, very nice. Here's a 5 mark, 1968. Here is a 1945 and 63 half dollar. That's going to be a 45S and a 63D. You can see the mint marks right there on the Liberty and the D up there on the Franklin. Here's a 1947 Turkish 1 lira, as well as a 1916 sixpence, 1918 50 centimes, 45 sixpence. Let's see what else we've got here. A Honduras 1932 Lempira 50 centavos, and I don't want to, let's see, miss anything. 1918 M, I believe, is Melbourne Mint shilling from Australia. 1958 10 shilling from Austria. 5 Koruna from 1930 from Czechoslovakia. It's a nice item. 1918 franc in decent shape. And then another clash die Iranian 1 rial. A few more of those right there to round things out. 1912 50 centimes. Over here in the holders, we've got a 1968 80th anniversary 5 mark from Germany. 1902 H Canadian 10 cents. An early 1900 shilling that looks pretty nice from Great Britain. A nice Brazilian silver 2000 race, and this very pretty proof coin. Let's see what remains. Whoa, lots more silver. So we really do have a lot of silver in here. I'm trying to think how to best. I think I'll just throw it all together and leave it like that. I'm going to try to separate out non-silver stuff, but we'll see how much of that even is there. Here's a French 20 centimes from Napoleon III in 1859. 1919 Canadian silver, some Egypt 2 piastres, and a British silver 6 pence, also a 43 4 pence, earlier date of course. Here's a 52 shilling from Britain, also sterling silver, and a South African bent 3 pence from 1938. Let's see. This coin is kind of crazy. A Hidalgo 72% silver, 5 pesos that's been encased in some sort of a commercial holder. They probably tried to mark it up and sell it as like a jewelry type item. I'm also seeing some silver, a bunch more silver here. So let's take a look and see. 1944, some of this is in pretty tough shape. 6 pence from 1895, 1933 shilling. Another one of these, probably from the same origin, 64, 90% silver. Half dollar. We've got a 48 Turkish coin. Some large coins here, 1880. I think it's a half crown at this stage from Queen Victoria, and this one's even earlier. 1817 King George III half crown. That's a really cool item. Even if it's not in the best shape. And, the rest of these appear to be also quite worn. 1913, 6 pence. But I'm going to do, sell a lot more. Here's a 10 rials from Iran with a hole in it. A lot more sort of bulk lot stuff in my sales. So this stuff I might just even sell all as one. 1894 hold Guatemalan 2 rials. They always have the guns on the coins, which is something unique on that front. We've got a quarter Quetzal here from Guatemala, 1946, and just a range of these more worn. I'm trying to look at anything of particular numismatic expense. 10 Kreuzer there from Austria. The date is 1870. Let's see what else we might have. A silver quarter, 41D. Was hoping for 32D, but fell short, of course. There's a Curacao 1948 half golden. Looks like another. That one looks interesting. 5 cents from Canada, an early coin. a French state, 1860, 20 centimes with a hole in it. So a nice little mix here. Some of it's obviously super, super worn down. That looks like a 4 pence from the 1840s, but actually a decent batch. I am now going to clean up because I think I'm going to put those kind of more cully coins to the side, and I'll take a look at the remainder over here. It looks like there's a 1817, maybe 6 pence, but that's probably a shilling. 1920 shilling, 50 piastres from 1917 in Egypt, 26 standing Liberty quarter. Let's see, 1916 2 shillings from Australia, and a 1922 2 shillings as well. 25 kurush from Turkey. 1849. That one honestly looks a little bit more like a planchet issue than anything else. 1849 6 kreuzer. 36 6 pence, and a 32 Honduras. Smaller item. I think I'm still seeing a few interesting items in here. 10 reals from Iran. I'm not sure if that's going to be... Oh no, that's a 10 Pfennig from the German Weimar Republic. And these appear to be a small group of German items. 24. I'm just making sure there's nothing way, way better in here. Nice little mix. And then lastly, I'm going to clear off the desk, but we've got this group. We'll see if there's any highlights, or maybe it looks like some earlier, seeing 1918, 52, 30, maybe some earlier non-silver type coins from around the world. And all I'm going to say is we have so much stuff in front of us. I may not be able to take a look at every item, but Indonesian 5 rupiah, there's a 1912 Italian 20 centesimi and an earlier 1906 5 Pfennig. It looks like it's just a lot of better, probably not too much silver in there. There's a 1919 penny, you know, just a bunch of cool coins here. So 1929 5 centesimi. That appears to be a bunch of German items as well. So early German, sort of around the time of the Weimar Republic and shortly thereafter. Bunch of early stuff, 1904. These are cool. These, after World War I, France couldn't strike coins out of silver because they didn't have the silver, so they would strike them from the Chamber of Commerce for these larger denominations, which they were not technically allowed to strike out of base metal, but everybody used them as token currency. And basically what we do with all of our money today, I don't want to comment too much on that. Here we've got an India 1944 pice, a beautiful, that reminds me of Metapontium statars. There is a French Polynesian 2 franc from 1989, so all of these coins are at least pretty interesting. 50 Ju, 1963 from Vietnam, probably the communist part of Vietnam. There's maybe a Cambodian item. Nice 1916 at 5 cents from Belgium, right around World War I, and a material reflects that. Often in wartime people would go to like aluminum strikes, but a bunch of similar type stuff. I'm starting to accrue a bunch of world poundage that I definitely need to start selling, and so maybe, you know, these will probably be part of that and will make the poundage much better quality. I'll probably also throw a bunch of silver in those groups. 1916, so can look out for that, but it'll probably also sell out relatively quickly as a heads up. Here looks like some large, and there's coins going everywhere now, large Chinese Republic 20 cash coin. Interesting item, early 1900s. We've got another one of these, Portuguese 100 escudos. It's actually not another one of them. I just seen a similar coin recently. 1926, minted in Manila, Philippines, 5 centavos. That was when, after the Spanish-American conflict war, the United States took control of them. There's another 1912. Just a great design overall. That looks like a Haitian 1991 50 cents, and then a 1901 penny. We've got a French, another French item. Let's see what else. You know, looking around here, anything of wild interest. I haven't seen this design. It's a 1918-20. It's probably a Notgeld 20 Pfennig from some sort of Austrian or German region. Here's a 20 centimes from French Indochina, 1941, which is Vietnam. They had taken it over, and that included like Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam. It was split apart after the first Indo-Chinese War, and then the second, the post-World War II Treaty of Geneva split up Vietnam and then caused, you know, there was the Vietnam War shortly thereafter. Beautiful French design, 1916 5 centimes. There's a Malaya 1950 coin, but gonna wrap this batch up for $623. I think I did pretty well. Curious on your thoughts. Probably not hitting it out of the park, but a very solid hunt to be sure.
Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to head on over to treasuretown.com and sign up for our email list to stay up to date on everything that's happening, whether it's auction updates, exciting new inventory drops, coin collecting news, or general informational resources. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on another one.